Welcome to Daily English Podcast, where we learn real English through real topics, real conversations, and real understanding. In our last episode, we talked about Singapore, a small country, strong systems, careful planning. Today, we move to a very different place, Dubai.
And Dubai feels surprising for a different reason. When people first hear about Dubai, they imagine luxury, tall buildings, and bright lights. But if we slow down and look carefully, something feels strange.
Because Dubai is in the desert, extreme heat, no rivers, very little water. This does not sound like the perfect place to build a global city.
Exactly. If someone showed you this location 50 years ago, you might say, this will never work.
But today, Dubai is one of the most recognized cities in the world. People travel there. Businesses move there. Flights connect through it.
So the real question is not, what does Dubai look like today? The real question is, how did this happen in one of the hardest environments on Earth?
That's what we're exploring today. Not the luxury, not the photos, but the ideas behind the city.
And to understand why Dubai is amazing, we have to go back to the beginning, before the skyline, before the hotels, before the global attention.
Let's start there.
So before the tall buildings, before the hotels, before the global attention, Dubai was something very different, much quieter, much simpler.
And this is important because when we understand where Dubai started, we understand why its story feels so surprising today.
In the beginning, Dubai was a small desert settlement. Life was shaped by the environment, heat, sand, and the sea.
People didn't come to Dubai for luxury. They came to survive.
Exactly. Most people worked in fishing, pearl diving, and small local trade. The sea provided food, the desert provided challenge, and daily life required patience and resilience.
So Dubai did not grow from comfort.
No, it grew from necessity. People learned to adapt to a hard environment rather than fight it.
And just like Singapore, location mattered.
Yes, but in a different way. Dubai sat between East and West, not as a large port at first, but as a natural stopping point for traders moving across regions.
So even in its early days, Dubai was connected to movement.
Movement of people, movement of goods, movement of ideas. And that idea of connection would later become very powerful.
But at this stage, nothing looked impressive.
No skyscrapers, no global brands, no international headlines, just a small community learning how to live in the desert.
And this is where many people misunderstand Dubai's story.
Because they jump directly to wealth and modern life. They forget that before speed, there was patience, and before ambition, there was survival.
So Dubai's foundation was not luxury.
It was adaptation.
And that brings us naturally to the next chapter of the story.
Because one discovery changed the direction of Dubai, but not in the way many people think.
So let's talk about the moment many people think explains everything: oil.
Yes, this is where the story is often simplified too much.
Oil was discovered, and that discovery changed Dubai's direction.
But oil is not the full explanation, and it is not the most important reason Dubai is amazing today.
Oil provided opportunity.
Exactly. It provided capital. It provided a starting push. But what mattered more was how that opportunity was used.
Dubai did not treat oil as comfort money.
No, it treated oil as a tool to build roads, ports, airports, basic systems that support growth.
So instead of spending everything on the present,
Dubai invested in the future.
That's a key idea. Oil was not the destination.
It was the bridge.
And Dubai understood something very clearly.
Oil will not last forever, but systems can.
So the focus moved quickly from resources to structure.
From what is under the ground to what can be built above it.
This is why oil alone does not explain Dubai.
Because many places have oil, but not many places turned it into a global city.
So the real question becomes,
what guided those choices?
And that leads us to the most important force behind Dubai's growth:
vision.
So let's talk about vision, because this is where Dubai's story becomes very clear.
Vision means seeing the future before it arrives.
Dubai did not focus only on the next year or the next problem. It focused on where it wanted to be decades later.
And that kind of thinking changes decisions.
Instead of asking what is easy now, Dubai asked what will matter in the future.
That's why many projects in Dubai feel bold, sometimes even surprising.
They were not built only to look impressive.
They were built to send a message to the world, to investors, to travelers. This city is open. This city is moving fast. This city is ready.
And speed matters here.
Yes, decisions were made clearly. Plans moved forward quickly. Momentum was protected.
That does not mean careless.
No, it means decisive. When direction is clear, action becomes easier.
So Dubai combined two things that rarely appear together.
Big ambition and practical execution.
And Dubai was not trying to copy others.
It was about positioning, finding a role in the global system.
A role between continents.
Between East and West, between business and travel, between opportunity and speed.
So Dubai was not trying to be everything.
It was trying to be essential.
And that brings us to the practical result of this vision.
How Dubai actually earns its place in the world.
So how does Dubai actually earn money today? Not in theory, but in real life.
Dubai earns by connecting the world.
That idea sounds simple, but it explains almost everything.
Dubai positioned itself as a meeting point, a place where people pass through, a place where business happens quickly, a place where time matters.
One major part of this is travel.
Yes, Dubai became a global travel hub. People fly through Dubai to reach different parts of the world. That movement brings activity, services, and opportunity.
And tourism followed naturally.
Tourism, conferences, events, and global visitors, not only for holidays, but also for business and connection.
Trade is another key piece.
Exactly. Dubai developed strong ports and logistics systems. Goods arrive, goods move, goods leave quickly. Speed became part of the value.
So Dubai doesn't need to produce everything.
No, it earns by helping the world move things efficiently.
What about business services?
That's another important layer. Dubai created clear systems that attract companies. Rules are understandable. Processes are designed to move forward, not slow down.
So businesses feel confident operating there.
Yes, confidence saves time, and time is money.
So when we step back and look at the full picture,
Dubai earns by offering access. Access to markets, access to people, access to opportunity.
and that connects directly to daily life.
Because a city that moves fast needs people who can live and work comfortably.
So now let's talk about the human side of Dubai.
The people who make this system work every day.
So let's talk about the people, because a city is not only buildings and systems, it's daily life.
And Dubai's daily life is very international.
Many people who live in Dubai were born somewhere else.
Yes, people come from many different countries to work, live, and build a future. That makes daily life feel global.
You hear many languages.
You see many cultures, different food, different habits, different ways of thinking.
And yet, daily life feels organized.
That's important. Clear rules help people from different backgrounds live and work together. When expectations are clear, life feels calmer.
So diversity does not create chaos.
No, structure supports diversity, and that balance allows the city to function smoothly.
What about safety?
Safety is a big reason people feel comfortable in Dubai. People can focus on work and family without constant worry.
And that changes behavior.
Yes, when people feel safe and supported, they invest energy in building skills, careers, and businesses.
So daily life supports the larger vision.
Exactly. The system and the people support each other.
And when you put everything together,
The desert, the speed, the global mix of people,
Dubai starts to feel different from most cities.
it feels intentional.
And that leads us to the feeling people often describe.
Why Dubai feels amazing to so many people.
So why does Dubai feel amazing to so many people?
Because it breaks expectations.
People don't expect a desert city to feel this alive.
They don't expect this level of organization, speed, and global energy in a place with such a difficult natural environment.
Dubai feels amazing because it should not be easy.
Extreme heat, very little water, a challenging landscape.
And yet, the city works.
It works smoothly, it works confidently, it works with momentum.
Another reason is speed.
Yes, things move quickly in Dubai. Ideas turn into action. Plans become reality faster than expected.
That creates a certain feeling.
A feeling that the future is being built now, not slowly, not someday, but now.
And there's also clarity.
People understand what the city is trying to be. A global connector, a place of opportunity, a city that looks forward.
So Dubai feels confident.
Yes, confident in its direction, confident in its role, confident in its identity.
And when a city has that kind of confidence,
People feel it. Visitors feel it. Workers feel it.
so Dubai doesn't feel amazing because it is perfect.
It feels amazing because it is intentional.
And that brings us to an important question.
What can the rest of the world actually learn from Dubai?
So, what can the world actually learn from Dubai?
The first lesson is vision. Dubai shows what happens when a place knows where it wants to go.
Long-term thinking matters.
Yes, planning years ahead changes daily decisions. It helps a city stay focused instead of reacting to every problem.
Another lesson is clarity.
Clear direction creates confidence. When people understand the rules and the goals, they move faster and work better.
And speed is another lesson.
Speed does not mean rushing without thought. It means reducing unnecessary delay. It means protecting momentum.
But not everything can be copied.
Exactly. Every country has a different history, a different culture, a different environment.
Dubai's location is unique.
Its role between regions cannot be repeated everywhere, and its specific path fits its own context.
So copying results without understanding is risky.
But learning principles is smart.
Dubai did not wait for perfect conditions.
It worked with what it had: the desert, the heat, the limits.
And that mindset is the real lesson.
Because development is not about copying a city, it's about choosing direction and committing to it.
Now, before we close, let's slow down and review a few useful words from today's episode.
Simple words, useful words. Words you can use in real conversations.
Let's take a short moment to review some key words from today's episode. These are words you can use when talking about cities, development, and the future.
Slow, clear, and practical.
First word, vision.
Vision means a clear idea of the future you want to create. Example, Dubai grew quickly because it had a strong vision.
Second word, ambition.
Ambition means a strong desire to achieve something big. Example, Dubai's ambition pushed it to think beyond its environment.
Third word, infrastructure.
Infrastructure means basic systems like roads, airports, and ports. Example, Dubai invested early in infrastructure to support growth.
Fourth word, hub.
A hub is a central place where people, goods, or ideas connect. Example, Dubai became a global travel and business hub.
Fifth word, opportunity.
Opportunity means a chance to grow or improve. Example, Dubai created opportunities by connecting different parts of the world.
Try to use one or two of these words in your own sentences today.
That's how vocabulary becomes active, not passive.
And now, let's close the episode with one final thought.
When we look at Dubai as a whole, one idea becomes very clear.
Environment does not decide destiny.
Dubai did not wait for perfect conditions. It worked with heat, with sand, with limits.
And instead of seeing those limits as weakness, it turned them into identity.
A city built in the desert, a city designed for movement, a city focused on the future.
Dubai shows us that development is not only about resources, it's about vision, direction, and commitment.
And when we connect this story to Singapore, we see something important.
Singapore teaches us the power of systems and discipline. Dubai teaches us the power of vision and speed.
Different paths, different environments, but the same lesson.
Size does not limit potential. Location does not decide success. Choices do.
So as you think about Dubai, don't only think about buildings or luxury.
Think about planning. Think about intention. Think about how ideas shape reality. Thank you for listening to Daily English Podcast.
And remember,
Every word you speak builds your future. Keep speaking, keep growing.